gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Green 18.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
50.
45 the mic. Come on. You better bring it. Check 45 the mic. Check 45.
Gun.
He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
Get 300. Get 300.
45.
Green 18.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
45. Cut. 45 the mic. 45 the mic. Hey, watch the ball. 45.
Green 18.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
You got tight right there. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Pilot, 64, weak. Here we go. 58. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers now. Going to throw again. Steps away. And this is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So now third and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Rodgers again now. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
Let's go inside. It's out of time. 45.
Go. Right now. You got 58.
Say it.
Rodgers to throw once more. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
45 the mic.
Hey, Zoo.
Check 45 the mic. Check 45 the mic. What we got?
Throwing again. Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards the final tally.
Hey, high 7.
And again it's Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one in.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Well, you know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence, and here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you could see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Hey,
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He completes this to Russell Gage. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. Well, partner, Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all gone. And now if you look at the top 4 seeds right now as we hit, is it the quarter pole or the three-quarter pole?
It is the quarter pole, and we get to thank our NFL reporter, Randy Moss, who also has a great background in the sport of kings, for letting us know that's one of the most misused terms in that sport. It is the quarter pole, right? What are they headed for the home stretch is what he also said about it. I can't wait to see how this thing ends.
Well, we got New England and Baltimore, the top 2 seeds in the AFC, Seattle and New Orleans in the NFC. You think it stays that way at the end?
I think it's going to be a heck of a battle. I think Baltimore, yes. New England's going to get a battle from Buffalo, but I think they're going to stay in the spot. Seattle, they're going to battle San Francisco. They're just going to trade it back and forth, and it's going to come down to Week 17, I believe, to decide that one. And New Orleans, yes, they will retain a top 2 spot.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
42's the mic. Check. 42's the mic.
Bravo. I got it. 42's. Hey, South.
Throwing again on second down. Ryan under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Strong left. Strong left.
3 down. 3 down. 58. Gun.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
20.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns. As nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Got some real estate inside the 30. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. Touchdown, Falcons! Devontae Freeman, 43 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers, he sets to fire deep. This is caught at the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, with that incompletion, let's look at some of the big games week 13. So these are ones that our crew probably think of the biggest four. Let's rank them 1 to 4 as far as how big they are and what they mean. Baltimore at Buffalo, San Fran at New Orleans, KC at New England, Seattle at the Rams. How would you rank those? What do you think?
Well, this is going to sound self-serving since I'm working San Francisco and New Orleans, but to me that's the number one game because the number one seed in the NFC will be determined that week for that moment. Okay, the winner of that becomes the number one seed. I think the number 2 game, Seattle at the Rams, because Seattle's trying to maintain pace with San Francisco or become the number 1 team in the NFC West, and the Rams have to have it if they have any designs on making the playoffs. The number 3 game, Baltimore at Buffalo. Buffalo's announced its presence, that big win on Thanksgiving Day over Dallas, but Baltimore's the hottest team, the best team in the league over the last 8 weeks, and then you finish up Kansas City, New England. How is that the number 4 game?
I know.
Hard to believe, but it is in this instance.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
51.
From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Ryan now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
42, Mike 42. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Hey, Charlie.
Check 42's the mic. Check 42's the mic.
Gun.
You don't want none. 42's the mic. 42's the mic. I got it.
Check.
Mike 42. Mike 42.
Hey, Haywood.
Let's go, Mike.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. Jones has it. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
25.
First and
39.
40-yard
Hey,
line.
Tuesday.
2, Mike's 42. You go, Mike.
Space.
Go, Mike. Hey, Mike's 42. Mike's 42.
Blue draw Corkers.
Record.
Hey, white.
Under 10. 10.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He'll find Jones again, complete. That one goes for 30 yards. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
21.
42.
Wait.
Coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check. Hot route. Hot. Check.
Looking to throw again on second down. Ryan looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Jones, 57 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
He's mine. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 7-yard line.
We got this.
That's good for 28 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Box it.
Check.
Now Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have taken the lead. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Bang, bang, bang. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Ryan. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
11. Hey, wait. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
From the gun, Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is Irvin. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They really struggled in the first half, but they've made some adjustments looking better in the second half. But sometimes do we overanalyze? Is it always adjustments, or sometimes is it guys just sticking better to the game plan?
I think the latter, and I love how you brought that up because we always want to credit, oh, they adjusted here and they made this change there. Sometimes it's just executing what they worked on in practice all week much better. In this case, I think it's a combination. They found a different part of their playbook, and it's working really well for them.
Working extremely well at this point. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Rodgers now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Check 37. Check 37.
Hey, check 26.
Just check the crack.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Atlanta. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter.
Check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Defense wins championships, baby. Hey,
White left.
24. Check 24.
Hey, check 26.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 7. And a Packer 1st down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 24. Check 24.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Yeah, Liz.
Out.
Jeff.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On third down, here's Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
We own them. We own. Topper. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Pick it up.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Minus 42. Smooth. So we got man. Mike. Hey, express. 11. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Tighten up. Alert, flare. Gun.
Ryan to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Going down the middle, and it's complete. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Throwing now is Ryan. He's going to let it fly. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 45 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So the clock shows 55 seconds to play as they line up for a critical onside kick. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Hey, 88.
Now Rodgers. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
50. We are going. No. Hey, Alpha.
Rodgers looking to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he had been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Rodgers. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
And it's taken in at the 9. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And now it's second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Hey, 22! 50 the mic.
Guy. Hey, wahoo!
50's the mic. We got to get the ball, D.
21!
Joker.
One last shot for Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And that's how this one ends, in dramatic fashion in overtime with the interception. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it. And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.